has released the 11th edition of its annual Brand Footprint India report this week. The report ranks the most chosen in-home and out-of-home FMCG brands based on consumer reach points or CRPs. To give you a perspective, CRP considers the actual purchase made by consumers and the frequency at which these purchases are made in a calendar year. Now, this year's report splits the most chosen brands across in-home and the newly launched out-of-home list for the first time. Let's take a look at some of the key findings from the in-home segment. First up, Parle holds the top spot for a record 11th year in a row, followed by Britannia, Amul, Clinic Plus and Tata Consumer Products. 4 new brands, Balaji, Lux, Sunsilk, Nirma, joined the Billion CRP Club in 2022. Over the last 5 years, the number of brands in the Billion CRP Club has only increased from 16 to 28. Beverages, in fact, is the fastest growing category this year. Moving on, if you look at the OOH segment, Britannia leads the way in the inaugural OOH brand rankings. It is followed by Haldiram's, Cadbury's, Balaji and Parle. Interestingly, top 5 are all snacking brands, and then 5 most chosen OOH beverage brands in India are Fruity, Thumbs Up, Amul, Maaza and Sprite. K. Ramakrishnan, Managing Director, South Asia, World Panel Division and Kantar tells us more.
Brand footprint is based on a metric called consumer reach points. Now, consumer reach points is purely a function of the number of times a consumer has reached for or chosen a particular brand over others. So it's basically a product of 3 things. One is the population of the country. Second is the penetration of the particular brand. By penetration, I mean if there are 100 people, how many of them actually bought that brand in the year? So population into penetration into the number of times that they chose the brand, right? So it's a product of penetration, frequency, and the population. So that gives you something called a CRP. And we rank brands based on CRP. Higher the CRP, the better. Brands which work strongly on penetration or brands which are brands or categories which are very high on frequency, these are the ones who tend to win as far as the brand footprint is concerned. And penetration is an effort which is globally acclaimed as the right metric that predicts growth of a given brand. There have been lots of studies done on what drives growth best. Is it frequency? Is it penetration? Any of those. And it's been clearly established empirically and with data across several markets, several years, that penetration is probably the best predictor of growth. So therefore, if you see most leading organizations in FMCG, they will definitely have penetration as a metric for their, including their topmost management. So brands which work on penetration, brands which work on frequency, these are the ones that tend to win in the brand footprint ranking.